Your ticker could be dying a quiet death and you'd have no idea. Do you feel absolutely knackered? Have sudden dizzy spells or swollen legs? Do you reckon it's just the weight of getting old? Well, what if I told you that these signs could be your heart begging for a hand? What worries me most is that most people ignore these signs because they don't have chest pain and believe heart problems only show up that way. But that's a fatal mistake. Your body gives you warnings long before a heart attack happens, and if you learn to spot them now, you could save your life or the life of someone you love. And here's a scary fact. Heart diseases are the #1 cause of death in the world. Thousands of people lose their lives every day by ignoring symptoms that could have been treated in time. Don't let that happen to you. So I just need you to stick with me to the end of this video because as well as revealing the 7 strange warning signs of heart damage that nobody tells you about, I'm going to hand over a special gift, a secret 100% natural recipe used for thousands of years by the people of the Blue Zones, the parts of the world where people live for over 100 years in top health and with get up and go. And if you still don't know what the Blue Zones are, I'll quickly explain. They're places like Okinawa in Japan, Sardinia in Italy, Loma Linda in the United States, Nicoya in Costa Rica, and Ikaria in Greece, where people live for much longer and pretty much don't get heart diseases. And their secret is in their diet. This ancient recipe that I'm going to teach you today was passed down through generations and has stayed hidden from the rest of the world. But today, exclusively for you who are watching, I'm going to share this secret so you can look after your ticker and heal your system from the inside out. Before we get cracking, I want to ask you for 2 simple favors. First, I want you to make a commitment to your own health. If you want to protect your heart and live longer and better for the next 6 months, a year, 5, 10, or even 30 years, write in the comments, "My heart deserves care." This simple phrase might seem silly, but neuroscience has already proven that when we say something out loud in public, our brain soaks that up as a real commitment. Second, click the like button and share this video with everyone you love. It could be your old man, your mum, your sibling, a mate, someone you want to see in good health for many years. This info could save lives, and I'm certain that person will thank you heaps for this knowledge. That being said, let's get started and reveal the 7 strange signs of heart damage that you should never ever ignore. Sign number 1, extreme and unexplained fatigue. Do you feel tired all the time, even after a full night's sleep? Does climbing 1 flight of stairs leave you breathless? Do simple things like walking to the shops or cleaning the house seem to take a massive effort? If this happens often, don't ignore it. This could be one of the first signs that your heart isn't pumping blood like it should. Why fatigue can be a heart warning sign? Your heart is responsible for taking oxygen and nutrients to your whole body. When it starts to fail, your circulation gets stuffed and your muscles don't get the energy they need to work properly. The result? A constant fatigue that doesn't get better even with rest. And that's the danger. A lot of people reckon they're just getting old, that a lack of energy is normal as the years go on. But the truth is, extreme fatigue can be a sign of heart failure or even a warning that a heart attack could be on the cards soon. Normal fatigue or a heart problem? Here's the difference. Normal fatigue happens after a big effort and gets better with rest. Heart fatigue happens even without effort, gets worse over time, and comes with other symptoms like shortness of breath and dizzy spells. What to do if you feel constant fatigue? If you feel extreme tiredness often, the first step is to see if there are other symptoms with it, like swollen legs, shortness of breath, or heart palpitations. On top of that, see a cardiologist to get some tests done, like an electrocardiogram to check your heart's rhythm, an echocardiogram to check your heart's strength, or a stress test to check your heart's capacity during physical activity. Remember, prevention is always better than a cure. If you're feeling fatigue for no clear reason, your body could be telling you that your heart needs a hand. Sign number 2, swollen legs and feet.
Have you noticed your feet and ankles getting swollen at the end of the day? Or maybe your legs feel heavy and sore, making even the simple act of putting on shoes a mission. A lot of people reckon this swelling is just from the heat, sitting for too long, or poor circulation. But what few people know is that this could be a clear sign that your heart isn't working properly. What does swelling have to do with heart problems? When your heart starts to get weak and doesn't pump blood efficiently, the fluid that should be circulating through your body builds up in the tissues, mainly in your legs, ankles, and feet. This build-up of fluid is called edema and can be a sign of heart failure. According to a study published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology, swelling in the lower limbs is one of the first clinical signs of congestive heart failure. How to tell the difference between normal swelling and swelling caused by the heart? Normal swelling usually happens after sitting for a long time or on a really hot day and gets better when you put your legs up.
Heart swelling is constant, gets worse throughout the day, and can come with other symptoms like shortness of breath and fatigue. What to do if your legs and feet are swelling often? Pay attention to other symptoms like shortness of breath, palpitations, or fatigue. See if the swelling goes away in the morning and comes back at night. That's a classic sign of circulation problems linked to the heart. Press the skin on your leg with your finger for 5 seconds. If the dent takes a while to disappear, it could be a sign of fluid retention. If you notice this swelling is becoming frequent, see a cardiologist for a more detailed checkup. Tests like an echocardiogram and blood tests to measure sodium and creatinine levels can help diagnose heart problems early. Sign number 3. Sudden dizzy spells and blackouts. Have you ever felt a sudden dizzy spell when you stand up? Ever had the feeling that everything around you is spinning, like you're about to black out at any second? Or maybe you've even passed out for a few seconds. A lot of people reckon dizzy spells are just linked to low blood pressure, vertigo, or not eating properly. But what few people know is that this symptom could be a serious warning sign of heart problems. Why dizzy spells can be a heart warning sign. Your heart has an essential job. It pumps oxygen-rich blood to your whole body, including your brain. When it can't do that job properly, blood flow to the brain can be reduced, causing dizzy spells, blurry vision, and even blackouts. This can happen for a few reasons, but the most worrying ones are heart arrhythmias, when your heart beats too slow, bradycardia, or too fast, tachycardia. It might not be able to get enough oxygen to your brain. Unstable blood pressure. Big ups and downs in your blood pressure can be a sign of a cumping failure, a common problem in people with heart failure.
Aortic valve stenosis, a narrowing of the heart valve, can make it harder for blood to pass through, leading to frequent dizzy spells. According to a study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, patients who have frequent and unexplained dizzy spells have a risk of up to 50% higher of developing heart problems in the years to come. How to tell the difference between a normal dizzy spell and one caused by the heart? Normal dizzy spell happens after you stand up too quickly, when you have an empty stomach, or in stressful situations. It gets better quickly when you sit down or have some water. Heart dizzy spell comes on suddenly, can be with heart palpitations, a cold sweat, and blurry vision. It can lead to a blackout and doesn't get better easily. What to do if you have frequent dizzy spells? See if the dizzy spell comes with other symptoms like extreme fatigue, shortness of breath, or chest pain. Check if the episodes happen over and over again without a clear cause. Monitor your blood pressure, and if there are frequent drops or changes, see a doctor. Don't ignore a blackout. If you've passed out for no clear reason, that could be a sign of a serious heart failure and needs to be checked out straight away. If you've been having constant dizzy spells, don't wait for the problem to get worse. See a cardiologist and ask for tests like an electrocardiogram, a 24-hour Holter monitor, and an echocardiogram to check your heart's health. Sign number 4, trouble breathing when you lie down. Have you ever laid down in bed at night and all of a sudden felt a tightness in your chest or a feeling of suffocating? Have you noticed you need to sleep with more pillows to stop shortness of breath? Or do you wake up in the middle of the night feeling like you need to take a big breath?
If this happens often, don't ignore it. This could be a classic sign that your heart isn't able to pump blood efficiently. What does trouble breathing when you lie down have to do with the heart? When your heart starts to fail, blood can build up in your lungs, making it harder to breathe. This condition is called paroxysmal nocturnal dyspnea and is one of the main signs of congestive heart failure. Basically, when you're standing up, gravity helps the excess fluid spread out in your body. But when you lie down, that fluid moves around and can build up in your lungs, causing that feeling of shortness of breath. According to a study published in the European Heart Journal, people who often wake up with shortness of breath at night have a risk of up to 60% higher of developing heart failure in the years to come. How to tell the difference between normal shortness of breath and one caused by heart problems? Normal shortness of breath can happen from anxiety attacks or colds, but it gets better quickly once you calm down. Heart shortness of breath happens when you lie down, can come with swollen feet, a constant dry cough, and a tight feeling in your chest. It gets better when the person sits up or leans forward. What to do if you have trouble breathing when you lie down? See if you need more pillows to sleep. If the shortness of breath gets better when you raise your head, it could be a sign of heart failure. Keep an eye on whether the shortness of breath comes with swollen legs and extreme fatigue. Pay attention if you have a dry cough at night. That could be a sign of fluid buildup in your lungs. See a cardiologist and ask for tests like a chest X-ray, echocardiogram, and a stress test. If your breathing is becoming a problem, don't wait for it to get worse. Heart failure can be controlled if it's diagnosed early, but if ignored, it can lead to serious complications.
Sign number 5, a persistent cough and a wheeze in the chest. Do you have a cough that won't go away? A wheeze in your chest that pops up out of nowhere even when you don't have a cold? Have you woken up at night with a nagging dry cough without understanding why? A lot of people link these symptoms to allergies, bronchitis, or even acid reflux. But what few people know is that a persistent cough can be a warning sign that your heart isn't working properly. What does a cough have to do with the heart? When your heart starts to get weak, it might not be able to pump blood correctly, which makes fluid build up in your lungs. This can cause a dry, irritating cough and even a wheezing feeling in your chest, like you've always got gunk stuck there, even when there's no respiratory infection. This fluid buildup in the lungs is one of the most common symptoms of congestive heart failure and can get worse when you lie down, making it harder to breathe at night. A study published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology showed that more than 40% of patients with heart failure have a persistent cough as one of the first symptoms. How to tell the difference between a normal cough and one caused by heart problems? Normal cough is usually linked to the flu, colds, or allergies and gets better with medicine or after a few days. Heart cough is persistent, dry, or has whitish mucus, gets worse when you lie down, and can come with shortness of breath and fatigue. What to do if you have a persistent, unexplained cough? See if the cough gets worse at night and better when you sit up. Keep an eye on whether it comes with shortness of breath, swollen legs, or extreme fatigue. See a cardiologist and ask for tests like a chest X-ray, echocardiogram, and pulmonary function tests. If you have a cough that hasn't gone away for weeks or months and no normal treatment is working, your heart could be trying to tell you that something's not right. Sign number 6. Ache in the neck, jaw, or shoulders. When we think of a heart problem, the first thing that comes to mind is a strong chest pain. But what few people know is that the pain from a heart problem can show up in other parts of your body, like your neck, jaw, and shoulders. This happens because the nerves from your heart share connections with other areas of your body, which makes the pain spread to places that have nothing to do with your chest. A lot of heart attacks start with a discomfort in the jaw or a heavy feeling in the shoulders, and because they don't feel chest pain, a lot of people ignore the sign and don't get help.
How to tell the difference between a normal ache and a heart-related ache. Normal neck or shoulder ache usually happens after physical effort, bad posture, or muscle tension. It gets better with rest or a massage. Referred heartache comes on for no clear reason, can come with fatigue or shortness of breath, and doesn't get better with a change of position. What to do if you feel this kind of ache? Pay attention if the ache comes with other symptoms, like fatigue, a cold sweat, or dizzy spells. If the ache pops up suddenly for no clear reason and is strong or constant, get medical help straight away. Don't ignore jaw pain that shows up for no reason, especially if it comes with other heart warning signs. Sign number 7, sudden, unexplained cold sweats. Have you ever felt an unexpected cold sweat even without making an effort or being in a hot place? That feeling of dampness on your skin, like you've just been for a run but for no reason at all. A lot of people link this to anxiety, stress, or even a drop in blood pressure. But what few people know is that this could be one of the most dangerous signs of a silent heart attack. Why a cold sweat can be a sign of heart problems? When your heart is struggling to pump blood, your body goes into alert mode and activates the nervous system, causing sudden and excessive sweating. This is a defense mechanism of your body which is trying to keep your circulation working properly. According to the American Heart Association, a sudden cold sweat is one of the most common symptoms reported by people who've had a heart attack. A lot of them didn't feel chest pain beforehand, just a strange feeling of unexplained sweat and feeling crook. How to tell the difference between a normal cold sweat and one caused by heart problems. Normal sweat happens because of heat, physical activity, or strong emotions, and gets better quickly when you cool down. Heart-related cold sweat comes on suddenly for no clear reason and can come with dizzy spells, nausea, and weakness.
What to do if you feel an unexpected cold sweat? If the cold sweat comes with chest pain, shortness of breath, dizzy spells, or nausea, get medical help straight away. Watch out if the sweat shows up for no reason and doesn't get better quickly. If you have a history of heart problems, monitor this symptom and see a cardiologist for a checkup. This is one of the trickiest heart warning signs because a lot of people don't pay any attention to it, but now you know that it could be a serious warning. The Strong Heart Elixir. Congrats! If you've made it this far, that means you're genuinely committed to your health and chasing a stronger heart and a longer life. As a reward, I'm now going to hand over a secret recipe used for thousands of years by the old-timers of the Blue Zones, parts of the world where people live for over 100 years with energy, vitality, and without heart diseases. But first, I want to quickly remind you what the Blue Zones are. These are places where the population hits an advanced age with a good quality of life. Among these regions are Okinawa in Japan, Sardinia in Italy, Loma Linda in the United States, Nicoya in Costa Rica, and Ikaria in Greece. One of the secrets of these people is in their diet, which is rich in antioxidants, healthy fats, and natural compounds that protect the heart. And one of these valuable recipes was kept for generations and is now going to be revealed to you. So, let's get straight to it. The secret recipe that strengthens the heart, boosts circulation, and cuts down the risk of heart diseases. Strong Heart Elixir Natural Recipe from the Blue Zones.
This is a highly nutritious natural drink full of compounds that help to cut down inflammation in the arteries, control blood pressure, and improve blood flow. Ingredients: 1 glass of 250 milliliters of hibiscus tea, juice of half a squeezed lemon, 1 tablespoon of pure honey, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, a pinch of black pepper, 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil.
Benefits of each ingredient. Hibiscus tea, rich in antioxidants and flavonoids, it helps to reduce blood pressure and improve blood flow. A study published in the Journal of Hypertension showed that hibiscus tea can reduce systolic blood pressure by up to 7 points in people with mild high blood pressure. Lemon, an excellent source of vitamin C and bioactive compounds that strengthen blood vessels and help to cut down on bad cholesterol. A study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition indicated that regularly having vitamin C is linked to a lower chance of heart diseases. Pure honey has anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties that help to protect the heart from damage caused by free radicals. Turmeric, one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatories, it helps to protect arteries and cut down on cardiovascular inflammation. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Cardiology revealed that curcumin found in turmeric helps to improve endothelial function, which is essential for heart health. Black pepper supercharges the absorption of curcumin by up to 2,000%, making its anti-inflammatory effect even more powerful. Extra virgin olive oil. Rich in healthy fats and polyphenols, it helps to reduce bad cholesterol and improves the elasticity of blood vessels. A study published in the New England Journal of Medicine revealed that diets rich in olive oil can reduce the risk of heart attacks and strokes by up to 30%. How to make it. Make 250 milliliters of hibiscus tea and let it cool down. Add the juice of half a lemon to the tea. Add 1 tablespoon of pure honey and mix well. Add half a teaspoon of turmeric powder and a pinch of black pepper. Finally, add 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil and mix until you have a smooth liquid. Drink it straight away to get all the nutrients. Best time to have this recipe. The best time to have this elixir is in the morning on an empty stomach to activate circulation and make sure your heart gets the essential nutrients first thing. It can also be had before you hit the hay, as the antioxidants in the drink help with cell regeneration while you sleep.
A heads up. People with very low blood pressure should have it in moderation, as hibiscus tea can reduce blood pressure even more. Diabetics should keep an eye on how much honey they have and adjust the recipe as their doctor recommends. Anyone who takes blood thinners should talk to a doctor before having turmeric regularly. If you've made it this far, congrats! It means you're genuinely committed to your health and are keen to strengthen your heart and live longer and better. Today, you found out about the 7 strange signs that can be a warning of heart damage and that most people ignore. We saw that extreme fatigue can be a sign that your heart isn't able to pump blood like it should. Swollen legs and feet can be a sign of fluid retention caused by heart failure. Sudden dizzy spells and blackouts can be a warning that your brain isn't getting enough oxygen. Trouble breathing when you lie down can be a sign of fluid buildup in your lungs because of a weak heart. A persistent cough and a wheeze in the chest can be symptoms of heart failure and fluid buildup in the lungs. An ache in the neck, jaw, and shoulders can be a silent symptom of serious heart problems. A sudden, unexplained cold sweat can be one of the trickiest signs of a heart attack on the cards. And, to finish up, you got a secret recipe from the Blue Zones, a natural elixir that helps to protect your heart and boost circulation. Now tell me, what city are you watching this video from? I want to see how far this message is reaching and send you a special shout out. And before we finish up, I want to ask you, what rating out of 10 would you give this video?
I hope this content was helpful and gave you some valuable information. But before you go, I want to ask you one last favor. Comment below the following phrase to confirm your commitment to your health. I'm going to look after my ticker every day. This simple thing strengthens your commitment and helps this message get to more people who need this knowledge. And of course, don't forget to give us a like. That helps us keep bringing you top-notch content. And finally, send this video to someone you love and want to see with more health. It could be a mate, a family member, someone you want to protect and help live for many years with a good quality of life. Chuck us a subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell for notifications, and stay tuned for the next videos, because I'm always bringing you content that can change your health and your life. A big hug and catch you in the next video.